There are moments in life where you don't need advice. You don't need answers. You don't need fixing. You just need reassurance that you are not alone in what you're carrying. And if you're here, right now, listening to my words with a quiet heaviness in your chest, this message is meant to sit with you, not rush you, not push you forward, not demand strength you don't have today. Just sit with you. Because the most beautiful truth the universe wants you to remember is this: you have never been forgotten, and you have never been unprotected, not even in the moments that hurt the most. You've been living in a world that asks too much of you, a world where pain feels personal, where loss feels unfair, where waiting feels endless. The human realm is the hardest thing that our souls experience. And I know there were seasons where you did everything right and still watch things fall apart anyway. You tried to stay hopeful. You tried to stay faithful. You tried to stay strong. But behind closed doors, there were moments where you wondered if anyone, God, the universe, anything at all, was actually listening. Those thoughts don't make you weak. They make you human. The human experience is not gentle. It stretches. It breaks. It repeats lessons until they sink into your bones. There are cycles you didn't choose, losses you never saw coming, versions of yourself that didn't survive the journey, and you had to grieve them quietly while still showing up to life. That kind of exhaustion doesn't come from doing nothing. It comes from enduring. And here is something rarely said, but deeply true. There are periods where the universe allows you to feel the weight, not because you're being punished, but because something inside you is being refined. The dark nights you survived weren't mistakes. They were crossings. There are moments on the path where the soul has to walk through silence so it can learn to hear something deeper than noise. Moments where everything familiar dissolves so you can finally loosen your grip on what was never meant to stay. That hollow feeling you carried. It wasn't emptiness. It was space being made. You didn't lose your way. You were being gently redirected. Divine care doesn't always arrive as comfort. Sometimes it arrives as removal. Sometimes it looks like doors closing, people drifting, plans unraveling, not to harm you, but to spare you from staying somewhere your spirit was shrinking. There are things the universe will not let you carry forever. Pain has an expiration date, even when it doesn't feel like it. And what you've been moving through lately, the confusion, the heaviness, the sense that something old is ending, that is not abandonment, that is intervention. Because here's the truth that changes everything when you finally let it land. You are being taken care of, even when you can't feel it. Not just in the outcomes you want, but in the outcomes you don't understand yet. Not just in the blessings you recognize, but in the protection you'll only realize later. Some of the greatest mercy arrives disguised as delay. Some of the deepest love arrives disguised as loss. And there will come a moment, maybe months from now, maybe years, where you look back at this exact season and realize how gently you are guided away from something that would have cost you your peace. The universe doesn't rush souls who are becoming. It prepares them, and preparation often feels lonely. There are times where growth requires isolation, not because you're being pushed away from others, but because you're being pulled closer to your own truth. When the noise fades, when distractions fall away, when life slows down against your will, that's often when alignment begins. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that teaches you surrender isn't giving up. It's letting go of what was never yours to control. It's releasing the belief that you must carry everything alone to prove your worth. You don't need to fight so hard anymore. What's meant for you doesn't need force. What's real doesn't require exhaustion. What's aligned doesn't demand suffering as proof. There is a rhythm to life that the mind can't always understand, but the soul recognizes instantly. And right now, whether you realize it or not, you are being held inside that rhythm. Even on days when faith feels thin, even on nights when fear feels louder than hope, you are still being guided. There is care woven into your delays. There is love embedded in your endings. There is protection hidden inside what didn't work out. And the most beautiful part, you don't have to earn this care. You don't have to be perfect to receive it. You don't have to understand it for it to be real. Your only task right now is to soften instead of resist, to stop arguing with the timing, to let yourself rest inside the knowing that something greater than your fear is already at work. Because abundance doesn't arrive when you chase it. It arrives when you align with truth, when you stop betraying yourself to keep things comfortable, when you stop forcing chapters that are already closing, when you choose honesty over attachment. The universe responds to authenticity, to sincerity, to the quiet courage of staying true even when it costs you something. And if you've been choosing truth even when it hurt, you are closer than you think. This isn't the end of your struggle because you suddenly did enough. It's the easing of it because you've become ready to receive differently. You are not meant to suffer forever. You are meant to evolve. And beyond this chapter, beyond this realm of lay lessons and weight, there is peace. There is restoration. There is a care that doesn't exhaust you, a love that doesn't demand endurance. You are being guided toward it, step by step, breath by breath. Even now, so before you leave, I want you to do something sacred, something simple but powerful. Write this in the comments as your declaration. I surrender my worry, and I trust that I am being taken care of. Write it slowly. Mean it gently. Let it be a promise to yourself. And then, if you feel it in your heart, share this message with someone who has been quietly carrying too much. Someone who needs to be reminded that they are not alone, that they are not forgotten, that care exists even in silence. Sometimes the universe speaks through us when we choose to pass the message on. And today, you might be the reassurance someone else has been praying for.